what you think about when you're born into a fire.
What's up, guys?
Burn, let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
What's up? What's up? Restream bot's still not doing his thing. I don't know. I can see the chat though. I can see it. It just won't be on the screen. It's not going to relay it back and forth like it should. So go to Twitch if you want to hang out with everybody else.
And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
I don't know what that means, but I'm not going to fucking vote for Trump the way he talks about veterans. I'm done with this bullshit. He can eat a whole bag of dicks. I'm out.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Binda.
I can't believe even Liberty Warriors no longer
enjoy the
voting for
show.
Trump or whatever he's
Thanks for
fucking saying.
watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. We are here. Late start. It happened. It's part of it, but I'm here either way. Thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, the restream bot's still not working. Yeah, most people are over on Twitch and they can't see the chat from everybody else. That's just part of it right now. I don't know. It keeps disconnecting. It keeps reconnecting. Not restream. Not anything that I've got. It's all on Twitch's side, I guess. Twitch is disconnecting, reconnecting, and apparently some people have been having this issue for like five plus fucking years, and I'm just now having it. So I don't know. It's already disconnected about 40 times. Sometimes it freezes. I have to refresh it. So chat is not integrated. Most people are on Twitch. I know there's people on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, but you won't be able to see the chat messages from all the different platforms because it's not doing its thing. Most people are on Twitch. If you want to hang out there, you're more than welcome. Twitch.tv/coldbeerconfessional. Oh, thank you.
445 just resubscribed for 26 months. Hey.
Hey, 26 months. Thank you very much. 2 years and 2 months is a long time. So today, our boy JD Vance went to get donuts. It's as bad as you think.
Melissa Williams a subscription. Michaela Robertson 81 gifted a tier 1 sub to Melissa Williams. They have given 41 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the gifted sub. So our boy JD Vance went to get donuts. It's bad. It's probably worse than you would have thought, but it's bad. Is he not a human? What the fuck is wrong with him? Oh, listen. So I grew up in a really small town, and I'm really thankful for the education I got. It was actually a really good education. Probably not for everybody, but I was always really smart, so it did really well for me. I feel like I got a really good education. I had access to stuff I needed. We had like gifted programs and all that shit. But one thing I realized is I got into, or I wouldn't even say it was an argument. I made a post. So my former health teacher, now I want you to keep in mind, he teaches health. Okay? Not geopolitics, not history, not math, not science. He teaches health. Made a post on Facebook. Okay? And it was basically talking about RFK. And it said, when the guy that's been a lifelong Democrat, who would have thought a Kennedy member come out and link up in arms with a Republican, cross some party lines? If he's telling you that you shouldn't be that you shouldn't be voting for the communist, autocrat, selected, not elected, no primary, blah, 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 then maybe you should listen. Who would have thought a Kennedy would ever cross lines like this? Like go from Democrat to Republican. So I responded, who would have thought a Kennedy would be fucking around in Samoa, getting 80 plus kids killed, and then brag about how he had the ear of the leaders of Samoa at the time and convincing them not to vaccinate for MMR, right? Not a new vaccination, not some type of like brand new thing that come out or this, for MMR. They died of the fucking measles, which was basically non-existent before they started this anti-vax bullshit that his nonprofit started, before he started advising the government, before he started bragging about how much pull he had there, before they spread a bunch of misinformation about a death that was they falsely attributed to a vaccine. And literally the only way to, someone said on Twitter today, is like, oh, he's just talking about solutions for when we have these outbreaks. The solution was get the fuck rid of RFK and start vaccinating again. I don't know if you guys missed the solution to the outbreak, but the solution to the outbreak, it was only stopped at 84 deaths or something. It was only stopped at that because they went back to their normal vaccination schedules. And there was a big push to get all those kids that were unvaccinated that didn't die vaccinated, right? So someone's like, oh, I don't see why he's just trying to come up with he's not trying to come up with solutions for this outbreak. He almost single-handedly caused this outbreak between he and his nonprofit that claims to do save children or some shit. 80-some children in Samoa, basically the blood's on his hands. Between him advising the government, his nonprofit working in the community, and spreading misinformation about the death of 2 children from the year before, he almost single-handedly did all of that. So anyways, back to the health teacher. I posted, who would have thought a Kennedy would be responsible for the death of 80 plus kids in Samoa for being anti-vax, or for spreading anti-vax misinformation, and they basically had to run him out of the country to fix it. My health teacher, bro. My health teacher said, and still teaches health. Not at our school anymore. He moved to a school in South Carolina. Still teaches health. Said, I'm an anti-vaxxer. Always have been. Always will be. My freaking health teacher. That can't be good. Now, I don't ever remember him. He taught in middle school for 3 years in middle school. I don't ever remember him like advocating for these points, which I hope he doesn't. But to be teaching health and to be anti-fucking vaccine just blows in a public school system. That just blows my mind. That blows my fucking mind. The video directly correlated to, I think it was 2019, 2018, there was a death that happened, but it had nothing to do with the vaccine. Instead of using sterile water for the injection, a nurse mistakenly pulled a depressant, like a anesthesia, a sleep aid, a liquid sleep aid, and mixed it up with that. Right? It was a malpractice. The nurse messed up and injected these kids, and it caused them to basically go to sleep and never wake up. So they started spreading misinformation from that day forward. That's in 2018. 2019, through his nonprofit, this is the MMR vaccine, through his nonprofit and his direct action with the local government, vaccination rates bottomed the fuck out. Everybody was terrified. He was spreading misinformation, saying that the vaccine killed him and not this nurse's fault, you know. He was saying that. He was scaring people. Nobody's getting vaccinated. It only took like 2 years for that to catch up with them. And as soon as they did, they had the largest outbreak they've ever had of measles, and 80, I think it ended up being 84 people, 80 of them children, 80 plus of them children. I think it's like 80 or 81 of them were children. 3 adults ended up dying from this outbreak. And then he's bragging about it. Then he goes on to speak at public speaking engagements and said, even though the way they fixed this was they immediately had a huge push to start vaccinating for MMR. They got their vaccination rates back up, and they were able to get through this. When he goes to speaking engagements to talk about this, paid speaking engagements, he said water and nutrition is what brought him out of this slippery slope they were on. Fucking lies immediately to them. Lies immediately to them. That's wild. That he can stand there with a straight face and say these things. I don't know. Guy's wild. Anyways, thank you for joining us. This is Cold Beer Confessional. I just saw, I don't know if he's still here, but I saw Derek in the chat. Derek's the guy that I've been working with too. We got to put that together. I got a link now for the credit repair. It's actually a completely free consultation. They'll call and talk to you, see if there's anything they can do for you. And then it's like a month-to-month thing, but it's completely free to talk to them. I got to get that set up with a link. I've been so busy at the fucking flipping the house, but I do need to get that set up. But Derek works there with them. Thanks for joining us, Derek. But yeah, it seems like a really good company, especially a company that's not going to charge you up front and then tell you, oh, well, you're a specific case. We can't do anything for you. If they can't do anything for you, they're not going to fuck with you. And when can you use better credit than now with the way that everything costs so much more? You know, the best interest rates you can get, the best rates and terms that you can get possible. So I do have the link. I just got to get it set up. I'll try to get that for the next show now that I'm thinking about it. What else? JD Vance going to get donuts. Let's start there. JD Vance goes to get donuts and tries to act like a real human.
How are you?
I swear he's honestly worse than Mark Zuckerberg. You know how everybody makes fun of Mark Zuckerberg for being a robot? Like, I got to get back to my charging port. Dude, our health was just sex ed under a safer name. I think everybody's health covered sex ed, but that wasn't like the majority of the class. It was usually like a thing at, I think it was the end, or maybe it was winter when it was cold, but it was just like a block with sex ed. When we were young, they took the boys and girls in separate rooms and talked about it. And then when I think you got to high school, it was just like 3 or 4 weeks we talked about sex ed.
How are you? Good.
Question, now all of my kids are grown with kids of their own, but when they started school, they had to be up to date on all their vaccines. So this is a lot of this is challenged in court. There are people that are challenged this in court. There are some schools that are more lax. There are even people that will fake these things. They'll fake shot records, right? They will produce fake shot records to get their kids to school. There's also a lot of these outbreaks happen in daycares, like before they're going to actual school, like at daycare, it's like someone's house. and a lot of people are homeschooling now. It's almost like this started really prevalent in like hippie communities, kind of. And you have a lot of those in like Washington, Oregon, California. And these hippie communities were doing like a community school, homeschool style thing. The problem is vaccinations work on a herd mentality standard. So you're vaccinated against the regular measles. I'm vaccinated against the regular measles, right? And there's not that much measles going around to where they might mutate and jump and bypass our vaccine. So what happens is most schools do require it, but there's our schools that have loopholes. There's schools that have different things. To answer your question directly. But what happens is on the herd mentality is me and you are both vaccinated for measles, but this whole new segment of people come in and they're not vaccinated at all. So they might get the traditional measles that we're vaccinated against. But while it's spreading from child to child, person to person, it's always trying to mutate. It's always trying to do just the same way that infections are becoming resistant to antibiotics, right? They are mutating constantly, and then eventually one of us are going to get it even though we're vaccinated, right? And once it breaks through that vaccine, now it's got all the stuff to mutate to where it can jump through anybody that's vaccinated. Most schools still require shot records. Tennessee does. So it says in Tennessee, here's what's required. The DTaP, which is diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, which is pertussis is whooping cough. Hep B, myelitis, which is IPV or OPV. Measles, mumps, rubella, MMR. Varicella, 2 doses required for credit history of disease. Hepatitis A. Meningococcal meningitis. That's all that's required in Tennessee. That's what? 1, 2, 3. MMR is one vaccine, but it's 3 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know what other states are. I don't know what their requirements are. I know there's been a push to go to court and be like, well, we don't have to vaccinate our kids. Are there schools with no vaccine? I mean, vaccines, like everybody likes to hate on vaccines or claim vaccine injuries or say some stupid shit like, oh, I'd never get that, whatever. Vaccines may be one of the greatest medical advancements of our time. Like they're insanely good. For as many people as take them and then as little as the risk is, they're stupid fucking crazy. They don't do smallpox anymore, but you're right. I've got smallpox when I was in the military. Anybody who's in the military deployed overseas probably got smallpox. But the smallpox vaccine's actually so good, they were able to stop giving it in the U.S., right? They just don't see that many cases. When you go to the Middle East, you will 100%, get smallpox vaccine. Hold on. Sorry. All 50 states and Washington, D.C. require certain vaccines for students to attend school, but they allow exemptions. I think that's the problem. So people are standing on religious exemptions, or if you have a favorable daughter or doctor. So the exemptions are supposed to be there for immunocompromised. So what's supposed to happen is like maybe your kid has a depleted immune system. So your kid should qualify for an exemption, right? And because all the other kids are good, safe, and vaccinated, your kid can come to school without any fears. But parents like to take advantage of that, right? Parents like to take advantage of that and say, well, I don't trust Bill Gates. I don't trust vaccines. I don't trust Mercury. I'm an RFK supporter. So I'm going to say I have a religious exemption, or I'm going to get a doctor to say that, oh, she's allergic to this, or I'm going to do this, whatever it is. That would, I guarantee you, people are manipulating that. I think we watched a story of a woman who was able to get like 5 of her kids in with no fucking vaccines. And the reason it was a news story was her oldest kid was 16 and was trying to petition the state to get his vaccines. Like his, not like COVID or not, this is before COVID, like his regular fucking vaccines. My sons were vaxxed but still got the shingles. I don't think I had a vaccine for shingles. I thought shingles vaccine was for older people. Is there a chickenpox vaccine? I've never had that either. I just got chickenpox. The only time I've seen the shingles vaccine recommended was for elderly because it's the same virus that causes chickenpox, but it comes back when you're older. Chickenpox vaccine, also known as, it's the varicella vaccine. I got chickenpox. It's generally safe for most people. Let's see what it says. People who have never had chickenpox or received chickenpox vaccine should get 2 doses. Most people who get the vaccine will be protected for life and not get chickenpox, although it doesn't have a perfect record. The best way to protect against chickenpox is to get chickenpox vaccine. The chickenpox vaccine prevents almost all cases of severe illness. Instead of the MMRV, some children might receive separate vaccines for MMR. So it's the difference between the MMRV and the MMR. Varicella is the chickenpox vaccine. If vaccinated person does get chickenpox, it's called breakthrough chickenpox. The symptoms are usually much more mild. Vaccinated people often experience fewer or no blisters and low or no fever, but red spots may occur. Okay, so it's the varicella. Varicella? I don't know if I'm saying that right. The varicella vaccine is so, and it can be confined with MMVR. Okay. I had chickenpox as a kid. I don't know if that vaccine was around, but I remember having chickenpox. We got to stay home. I remember they used to try to give other kids chickenpox. They would have like chickenpox parties where you like took them to like other kids to give them the chicken to get it over with. But that same virus that causes chickenpox apparently is what causes shingles in older people, I guess. There you go. All right, let's check out this video before I get freaking out on anti-vaxxers. I wouldn't care a bit. Well, I can't say that. I mostly wouldn't care if being anti-vax only affected you and your family, right? I'm usually with parental rights. You get to decide what your kid has, what your kid doesn't have, what medical procedures, but it doesn't, right? It doesn't just affect you and your family. It affects my kids. It affects my family. It goes above and beyond. And you still want to stand up and say, well, I'm not treating my kid any different. I'm not keeping him out of school. I'm not doing this. But he's got a religious exemption for fucking vaccines. There is like could this be abuse? Because what if, we have really bad measles and all your fucking kids died because you decided not to get them the measles vaccine? But the bigger problem is that it affects everybody else. And it's herd mentality, right? Enough people are vaccinated to where we don't have to worry about it sweeping across the nation and killing fucking 10% of the population.
Good. The zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear that? It's stupid low. I don't know why it's so low.
Good.
Hold on, we'll get a better video.
Come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is JD Vance going to they were very mild. I got you. JD Vance going to the donut shop.
The zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. She doesn't want to be on film, guys, so just cut her out of anything. Appreciate that, man. I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Good to see you.
Okay.
The zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes.
So this is just part of it. He's like, so we just come to town. Thank you for letting us come in. This is just part of it. There's a longer interaction. She says she doesn't want to be recorded.
Hello, I would like to order some.
Oh, hold on. I want to show you these funny ones, but I want to show you the real one first.
For letting us come in here.
Here it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know if he says the zoo just come to town.
Come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes,
He says the zoo just come to town. Thanks for letting us come in here.
Yeah. Okay.
I've heard. I had a really good friend. He actually died, but me and Mariah were buying a house off of him. I worked with him for years. He was actually originally from California. This is the guy I tell you about. Like he had this whole cool life before he had a kid where he was like in a rock band and did all these cool things. He was from Thousand Oaks out in California is where he grew up. But I worked with him in City John City, and I watched him go through the shingles, and it was so bad. Like, he fucking ached. He had these weird rashes and shit on his body. He was trying to get it taken care of, and he was just like in pain all the fucking time, just from moving around, just from like, well, I guess what is super adult chicken pox. It seemed really bad.
Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm Katie Vance. I'm running for vice president. Good to see you.
Okay.
I'm JD. So she says, I don't want to be recorded. And then he asks her, like, how long you been working here? And she's like, since July, I think. And he's like, I'm JD Vance, running for vice president, just in case you want, just in case you wanted to know.
I'm Katie Vance. I'm running for vice president. Good to see you.
Okay.
Good to see you.
We're going to do 2 dozen.
Okay.
Yeah. And just a random assortment of stuff here.
And just random. He's so weird, dude.
How long are you working?
I've been here since the beginning of July
Okay.
of this year.
Okay.
And she said she didn't want to be on camera. I don't know. I would have just asked the press to turn the camera off then. Like, he says, can you just blur her out or take her out of here or whatever?
How about you, sir?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. Good. How long?
Here's the
Just
thing.
everything. Yeah, I mean, a lot of glazed here, some sprinkle stuff, some of these cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense. How long?
Whatever makes sense. Just give me some of you got the ones with the holes in them and the ones that look like they're twisted up like a human would consume. You're a human. You know what humans eat. Whatever makes sense.
2 years.
Okay. Good. How long?
Here's the thing.
Just everything. Yeah, I mean, a lot of glazed here, some sprinkle stuff, some of these cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense. How long?
Are you talking about a shingles vaccine? Shingles are apparently really, really bad. Like, he was really active. He was skinny. You know, he got around good. He didn't walk with a cane or nothing. And it like, he had this weird issue. The only reason he knew that he had the shingles at first was he was taking a shit, and he like got up like too quick and I guess passed out and his elbow got sore. And then like it didn't have anything to do with the shingles, I don't think. But his elbow never wasn't sore. It was like a couple months later and he was like digging at it and he was having these just like felt like shit, didn't want to do anything, running a low grade fever, and finally went to the doctor and it was like he literally had him for like 6 months and he just seems so fucking miserable.
How long has this place been around?
About 4 years.
About 4 years? Okay. How long have you been here?
A little over 6 months.
Okay, good.
What the fuck? Okay, good.
Years? Okay.
How long has this place been here? About 4 years. Good. Okay. Okay, good.
How long have you been here?
A little over 6 months.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Okay, how long you been here? 6 months? Okay, good. Good. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's when we selected this place, I didn't know if it had been here for 20 years or 4 years or, you never know. Sometimes you drop in. Zoom is coming.
When we did a random number generator to find the block that we would stop to consume the donut confectionaries, we had no idea if it had been here for 240 Earth months or 36 Earth months. Please tell me how many revolutions around the sun this establishment has made. The fuck is wrong with him, dude? So anyways, of course, everybody's been making fun of this. There's a couple of different creators that have been making fun of it. JD Vance at the Donut Shop.
Hi, I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president.
Okay.
The zoo has come to town.
What?
I said the zoo has come to town.
Please don't talk to me.
Does he mean the circus? The zoos come to town?
How long has this place been open? 20, 30 years?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. I think we're good to go here, you guys. I'm not even that hungry.
Sir, we're hungry.
Okay. Well, we'll stop at Dunkin' or something. Have a nice day. The zoo is in Hi. Hi. I'm vice presidential candidate JD Vance. And I did what candidates do. I listened to what you said, and I heard that you didn't think that I'm human. And so I wanted to show you just how human.
Maybe I'm wrong, but a zoo is like a place that stays with animals, right? And like the circus comes to town, and they have animals sometimes too, like elephants and monkeys and shit. But the zoo, a traveling zoo, I've just never seen one. Maybe.
I, JD Vance, am. Water? I drink it. Good.
Ordered it.
So I brought along.
Holy shit. I watched Ryan Macbeth. He's from Maryland. I watched Ryan Macbeth on the Unsubscribe podcast, which is like a bunch of gun and military YouTubers that do a podcast. And he brought them Old Bay seasoning, which I love Old Bay seasoning, like on shrimp and seafood and stuff. He brought them each a jar of Old Bay seasoning because it's from Maryland. It's like their most famous seasoning. And he snorted some off a tip of a knife. Dude, you know that had to burn so bad. When I was in the military, I snorted Tabasco sauce one time and then cried for about 10 minutes.
Along a friend just to show how human I am. This is my friend Cesar. Cesar. Of course, named after the most kissable of salads.
Sir, please don't do that.
What? Sorry. I was told that's not that doesn't seem human. Anywho's, I think we put that to rest. Donut shops, here I come.
So that's not the only one. Here we got another one. Goes to a donut shop.
Hello, I would like to order some normal donuts, please.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, you scared me.
Ha ha ha. Fear, one of the 3 human emotions.
Yeah, I guess.
I see several of these are seasoned with some sort of colorful pellets.
You mean sprinkles?
Stinkles?
Sprinkles.
Are sprinkles some sort of gay thing? Is that a gay donut?
I don't think so.
I would like some straight.
He said stinkles? I want the straight donuts. Give me the khakis. Stinkles?
These are seasoned with some sort of colorful pellets.
You mean sprinkles?
Stinkles?
Sprinkle.
Sprinkles some sort of gay thing? Is that a gay donut?
I don't think so.
I would like some straight donuts, please. Do you have any that are gray or maybe navy blue? I like this khaki donut here.
You mean the plain one?
Yes, one khaki plain, please.
Hey, man. It's okay if you've never been to a donut shop before.
I love to be in donut shop where regulars like us are doing commerce and friendship.
Are doing commerce and friendship. By the way, my review of Script Keeper is all over fucking Twitter. I guess Q-Rash shared it, and it's gotten some pretty good reviews.
Sure.
Tell me more about the hole in the donut. What could I... Is there anything I can put in there?
Oh, no.
Hello, I would...
Some say the apple contains all the world's delicious knowledge. Others are saying that we cannot and should not trust the snake. Eve's big decision tonight at 10 p.m. Eden time. Just as today in the murder of Abel, his brother Cain was convicted of the slaying and sentenced to wander around for a little bit. Well, it's plagues, plagues, and more plagues. Hope you don't have any big weekend plans because every cow in the country is going to die. Well, the big fight is this Friday night. Can Goliath keep his winning streak alive against the plucky upstart whose only skill is throwing rocks really fast? We're counting down the top 10 Psalms of the summer. King Herod has signed an absolutely bonkers new law. A local man went to...
This is biblical news story, but I think he's got another one.
What he walked on to get there will shock you. Here's what Pontius Pilate's big decision means for your evening commute. They told us Jesus was dead. But when our news team rolled away the stone, they found a different story. And when we come back from the break, John is here with his big preview of the apocalypse.
Oh, no. John the Revelator. JD Vance versus Tim Walz.
Millions of illegal immigrants are pouring hot salsa into our water, making it chunky, spicy, and undrinkable.
This guy's a real goofball, huh?
Radical feminists like Tim Walz would have the American people believe that a woman can just have her own credit card number.
Governor Walz, is that true? Heck, I trust my wife with mine sometimes more than myself. I mean, you know how it goes. You get a few too many root beers in your system. Next thing you know, I'm on blows.com blowing 2 months' salary on a new power washer for the back deck.
Hear that, America? Coastal elites like Tim Walz are looking down on you from their luxurious vinyl decks.
Coastal elites, buddy. I never even been to San Francisco till last month when I went for my buddy Glenn's retirement party. You spent most of your adult life there.
Tim Walz does seem relatable.
I thought it was gross.
To be honest, I didn't even know San Francisco was a real place. You know, I thought it was made up like Genovia or something. You ever seen those Princess Bride movies?
You mean Princess Diaries?
My daughter got me into them. They're pretty good. I mean, it's no Saving Private Ryan, but they are a hoot.
Leftists like Tim Walz would not have saved Private Ryan.
Buddy, you're going to tell me.
Would not have saved Private Ryan.
Middle-aged dad that I wouldn't do everything in my power to keep Matt Damon alive. I mean, without him, we wouldn't have had those Bourne movies. I mean, they're so much fun, I nearly had a heart attack watching them. We're not even talking about we bought a zoo. It's the craziest idea in the world. It's about a family that buys a zoo. Sometimes I ask myself, how do they think this stuff up?
I think it's a true story, but we'll check on that. American families should be buying cryptocurrencies, not zoos.
Look, back when I was a high school football coach,
You know, this guy loves to talk about football, but that was back in the 90s. It's a different game now.
listen, bucko, I can deal with a lot of crap. But I draw the line at getting Monday morning quarterbacked by some city slicker in a Brooks Brothers suit who's got 0 state championships to my 2.
Your defense.
We ran the base 4-4 defense because there's not too many kids that can throw the football too far in a mid-September Minnesota snowstorm. Oh, and by the way, if they do throw the ball, I got 2 lockdown corners. The Jensen brothers, ever heard of them? Norwegian twins, 6'3", run backwards faster than they run forwards.
You would be torched by a modern spread option.
Your only options are going to be pulling your
It turned into a football debate.
or watching Jurgen Jensen run an interception back to your end zone for 6. Sorry, Your Honor, I yield the rest of my time. I got a little hostile. I apologize.
Oh, I'm not a judge. You don't have to call me Your Honor.
I just call everybody Your Honor. It's more polite.
Millions of...
Here is Tim Walz making a visit somewhere compared to JD Vance.
Sorry to hold things up for you. You know, we really came just to go to runs and then we did a little rally on the side. No kidding. Amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan. I'm from here, right here. I went to school. Did you really?
Polite, funny, apologize for interrupting today, knows the establishment, personable, enthusiastically welcomed.
All right. So I'm West Point and I see you. Right, yeah. You went shed. Was there a run there? There's now. Nice to meet you all. Starting instructor day. In case we were not going to Nebraska without stopping to get your
No, and we're even taking some home.
Taking some back with us.
We're taking some back.
They seem like normal people you can talk to. I don't know what the fuck was going on with JD Vance at the donut shop, dude. That was so weird.
You know what the largest new finds I got today was when I got the combination? Or somebody doesn't know what it is. They call it the hot chocolate, which is like a salt.
This is how a normal, friendly human behaves. Walz is engaged and interested in having conversation. Okay, good. How long's the place been open? 20, 30 years? About 6 months. Okay, good. How long have you worked here? Since July. I didn't know if you'd worked here 1 or 2 or even 3 years. But since July, okay, good. So Script Keeper just announced that he's writing a song about me and that Michael Robertson's Twitter account is actually ran by me and Phil together. We both run it. I know I saw a video of Tim Walz with his football team. His football team fucking loves him. You can always tell when you got like a coach that people like and a coach that people don't like. His football team seems like they fucking love him.
How about the Swiss and You do.
The zoo has come to town. Thank you for... Oh, he's saying... I get what he's saying. He's saying him in the press and people are like the zoo. I get it now. Like, it was so out of context, it took me a minute. He's like, oh, the zoo... I brought the zoo with me kind of deal. I get it now. I give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Thanks for letting us come in here. This video was reportedly posted in some places without even blurring the woman who asked not to be on camera. Hope someone helps her sue.
She doesn't want to be on film, guys, so just cut her out of anything. Appreciate that, man. I'm feeding Vance. I'm not good to see you.
Okay.
Why would you introduce your... Like, even if... She, okay, you're probably not got her vote, or she would know who you were, right? Or be asking questions about who are you. Why would you even introduce yourself? Like, you're not there to, like, meet potential voters. You're trying to have a, like, down-to-earth moment with regular people. So just say, hey, nice to meet you. I'm JD, or I'm JD Vance. What's your name? Okay, sorry to bother you and come in here and mess up your whole day. But we'll be in and out as quickly as possible. We just want a couple dozen donuts for all the people here. Pick whatever your favorites are. And, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. If she wants to engage with her more. If she doesn't, let her do her fucking job. But I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president, just so you know. What the fuck?
How long are you working here?
I've been here since the beginning of July.
Okay.
Of this year.
Okay. Good. How about you, sir?
I've been here since July. Okay. Of this year. Okay, good. Good. I thought you meant July last year.
Almost 2 years. Okay. Good. Just everything. Yeah, there'll be a lot of glaze here, some sprinkle stuff.
Some stinkles. Did you say stinkles? Like the stinkleberries?
How long has this place been around?
About 4 years.
About 4 years? Okay. How long have you been here?
A little over 6 months.
Okay.
Oh, it's so weird. Then we had this guy. This is actually a really good one. This is JD Vance going for a walk in the park.
I'm enjoying a leisurely stroll in the park as a human does, and I thought I would interact with some other humans that I come across. Here comes one now. Hello.
Dude, I'm telling you, I could probably get some eyeliner, trim my beard back a little bit, and I think I could do a JD Vance. I think I could look a little bit like JD Vance.
I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Hi, it's nice to meet you. So how long have you been walking for? Today or in general? Okay, good. Wait. I think...
How long have you been walking for? Okay, good.
This is going pretty good so far. Oh, I spot a motherly figure with a smaller human being. Hi, I'm JD Vance. How old are you, little girl?
I'm 8.
8? Oh, wow, I was 8 once. How about you, Mom? Were you ever 8?
Was I ever 8?
Okay, good. Mom?
8 out, am I right? Flip you over, Mom, and wear you like a feed bag.
Can we go home? Yes, honey.
How the fuck did he ever get pussy? Hello, I'm JD Vance, former Marine, and now putting myself through Yale Law School while my mother's addicted to heroin. And you are? Okay, good. Would you like to fornicate?
Yes, honey, run to the car.
Oh, would you look at that? Another human being with a smaller creature attached to a leash. Hi.
Would you look at that? Another human being has entered my scanners with a smaller creature attached to a leash or rope-like device.
I'm JD Vance. What's that?
Are you asking what kind of breed he is?
For how long?
For how old he is or how long I've had
How long have you been walking?
I'm sorry, are you asking how our walk?
Okay, good. I love to mingle with the people. Here comes another one now. Hi, I'm JD Vance. How did you install those little wheels under your feet?
You mean my rollerblades?
Okay, good. So how long have you been walking?
Walking where?
Okay, good. My vessel is starting to crave food. I think the next person that I encounter, I'm going to ask them where a donut shop is. Hi, I'm JD Vance, vice president running. Nearest donut shop location, please. That'll be Beanie's on 7th Street. JD Vance rerouting.
JD Vance rerouting.
Thanks. Okay, good. All right, have a good day.
Damn. It's pretty rough, guys. Let me grab this video, then I'm gonna come back to this guy's account.
You speak fast and you have your talking points.
But to be clear, none of these are talking points. If you want, we can dig as deep, or I can even just link you, because I've got whole documents that I've written on this whole scheme and this whole plan. I've read every single indictment from top to bottom. I've read every single criminal statute involved in the indictment from top to bottom, and I've read basically every...
This is what I fucking hate about arguing with people on the internet, right? They're like, a lot of people are like, or agree to disagree, or both sides are the same, or I heard that, like, I can tell you that I've in every election cheating claim that got the least little bit of attention, we've researched on this fucking show and dug as deep as we possibly could. They were all lies. There's no way you got every one of them. Well, Trump said that. I don't give a fuck what Trump said or what you repeat Tim Pool said. I don't give a fuck. We've looked into them all. Have you?
Every news article written about these indictments from top to bottom. So no, I don't have just talking points. That's what you have when you say Hillary Clinton said that Donald Trump was an illegitimate president. And also I have no idea what happened on January 6th or in the entire lead up to the insurrection for what Donald Trump did. So no, I don't have talking points.
It's an unfair statement to say I have no idea what's going on.
You didn't know anything about the whole scam. Do you know anything about Mike Eastman and the coup memo or what their plot was on January 6th?
That seems really obscure. That seems obscure to me.
Oh, well, that's crazy because it was literally part of 2 of the massive indictments that Donald Trump is facing that he's probably going to get away from now because the criminal immunity has been granted. Do you think that the Jack Smith indictment is obscure? Do you think that the Georgia Rico case is obscure? Is it obscure unless it shows up in like a Twitter headline or a TikTok video for you?
I don't use TikTok.
Okay, where the f*** do you get your news from that the most important stuff that's happened in this country related to this election and the current ongoing criminal cases are obscure trivia to you? You know that like the federal government hosts these indictments for everybody to read, right? They're not like hidden.
I would say that's obscure to a lot of people that aren't terminally online. Like
terminally online? I'm sorry, hold on. You think that knowing what's in a federal indictment for a prior sitting president makes you terminally online?
No.
Okay, hold on, wait. Can you admit that what you just said was beyond stupid? I'll let you slide because you're a Canadian, okay? But for an American citizen that's voting...
a Canadian retard.
Maybe, well, you're Canadian and you are... I'm just calling it as I say it, okay? It is reasonable that an American... I don't care. What you're doing is so much worse. You don't see how evil you are, okay? It is so much worse than calling me names. If you were more informed and then you were calling me names, I'd be fine with it. That's okay. I don't give a fuck. I'm done with the civility bullshit where as long as you're speaking politely, you think that gives you carte blanche to act like the scum of the earth.
Anyways, I want to go back to this dude's account.
I'm enjoying a leisurely stroll in the park.
Does he do any other JD Vance?
Give me 5 more minutes, honey. I'm working on my speech. It is the weirdest thing to me. Democrats will say it is racist to believe. Well, they say it's racist to do anything, but pause for potential laughter, look around. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but look around, pause for potential laughter. It's good. More potential laughter. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Perfect. All right, honey, what's for dinner?
It is the weirdest thing to me. Democrats say that it is racist to believe, well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good. I love you guys.
Give me 5 more minutes, honey. I'm working on my speech.
Damn it. He does good. Emergency Starlight, come on, mom at work. So I was emergency. Threads app.
I'm going to try not to sound mean here when I ask this, but I had a couple people comment something similar.
Why are you lying? It's about the fact that he put them in boys' bathrooms. It's people offended by menstrual products in restrooms.
Why do you care? I'm genuinely asking, why do you care? Like, if you're a man and you walk into a bathroom and you see menstrual products, why do you care? If you're not going to use them?
I don't know if he was I don't know if J.D. Vance was a Democrat. I think he was a never Trumper, but that's a Republican position.
Don't use them. Like, I can't figure out, like, if you're not going to have sex and you see the condoms, you can buy a condom. Are you going to buy a condom if you're not going to, like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you walking into a bathroom and doing anything other than...
You remember the days where you get laid and you bought condoms out of a fucking restroom dispenser machine?
Your business and washing your hands and leaving. Why are you going in there and is something going to affect you? If I walked into a public restroom and I saw...
I think Trump regrets picking him. Trump probably got more hype off the RFK shit, and you never see them together anymore. It's I think because he made fun of his Magic the Gathering cards that he was playing, but still.
Menstrual products there, I go, oh, I keep walking. Like, there's not gonna be any sort of reaction. And there shouldn't be. Why should there be? If something is not applicable to you, why do you need to talk about it? Something that I used to do before TikTok, this is embarrassing, but I would watch those videos of people using products that were like the claw that would open up like a can of soda, and I'd be like, oh, that's stupid. Why don't you just do this? And then somebody had commented, oh, this is for people that have like Parkinson's or that have motor function control problems. It's not for you. This stupid thing is not for you. So don't let it offend you. If you see menstrual products on the wall in the men's bathroom, okay, go pee, go pee-pee, go poo-poo, wash your hands and leave. Why are you, I'm really curious, like, why are you angry about this? I'm going to try not to sound mean here when I ask this.
He does a good J.D. Vance. Let's see if anybody else did. J.D. Vance donuts. God, that's wild that he could... Whew. Two clips that give off the same energy.
Clips that give off the same energy.
How about you, sir?
Almost 2 years.
Okay, good. How long has this place been around?
About 4 years.
About 4 years? Okay. How long have you been here?
A little over 6 months.
Okay, good.
I love... Okay, good. Okay, good.
I love desk. Rick, are you just looking at things in the office and saying that you love them? I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it? I love lamp. I love lamp.
There are two clips that give off the same energy.
Nailed it.
How we doing? I'm JDV. You have HPV? What? No, I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Okay. Anyway, what do you want?
It says Dunkin' D's Nuts.
No. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's good.
The zoo's in town.
That's good stuff right there. So how long have you been working here for? 5 years.
So it depends. You will see them in different places to cover more ground, and they should be spreading a pretty similar message. Like Trump should be saying, I'm going to do this, this, and this. J.D. Vance should be saying when Trump gets there, he's going to do this, this, and this. But they should also be meeting up in a lot of places, right? Usually their schedules will cross where there'll be their biggest rally points. It'll be both of them together at the biggest swing states or the biggest crowds they're going to draw. And they'll meet up and have one together. Then they'll go their separate ways for like a week. Then they'll swing back together and meet up together. Just like we've seen Walz and Harris together at a bunch of places already.
Got to chat Kathy over here.
Not just the DNC. I'm talking about like the airport hangar video that everybody says is fake. They were together there, right?
I'm Sharon. Yeah, I know that. Can you not film me? Ew. I don't want to be on camera. Not a problem. Not a problem. She doesn't want to be filmed now. Doesn't want to be filmed now. It's not a waste of our time at all. Yeah, we'll take a little bit of everything. These ones. Sure. Those your favorite? No. Yep. Yep. That'll, watch out for that cat. Son of a... Fluffers. Let's get out of here. Okay.
Dude, I bet you he cries into his pillow. He's so scared Trump's going to call him and takes it away from him.
Hi, welcome to Donut Shop. Hey, you okay? Yeah, sorry. How long have you worked here? I don't know, like 4 months. Yeah. What about you? How long have you worked here? About 2 years. Cool. So did you want any donuts? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed them to the animals at the zoo.
To Donut Shop. Hey, you okay? Yeah, sorry. How long have you worked here? I don't know, like 4 months. Yeah. What about you? How long have you worked here? About 2 years. Cool.
When you start thinking about Trump's VP pick and who it should be, Trump feels like he got burnt by Pence. Trump likes people to be yes men around him that do what he says. And Trump thinks or has convinced himself or lied to himself or lied to the people that Pence could have overturned the election and made him president. So I'm sure he wanted somebody with not a lot of experience. I'm sure he felt like he wanted somebody he could put pressure on that would do whatever he said. I'm sure he called a bunch of people. And just from J.D. Vance calling him America's Hitler and being a never Trumper to immediately kissing his fucking ass, that already is like some control, right? Trump does not want to be in the Pence situation ever again, where he basically told Pence what to do, and Pence is like, that's unconstitutional. I'm not doing that. And then he thought he could just pressure him enough to do it anyways.
So did you want any donuts? Yeah, whatever makes sense. Hi, welcome.
Trump needs a bottom.
The zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm JD Vance.
I like this guy.
Know what my platform actually is. I want to ban songs with electric guitar from the radio. I want to bring back the John Birch Society. And I want to issue an actual V card. That's right, I want to make V cards real. A physical, government-issued card that represents your virginity that you have to present at the voting booth. Otherwise, we're going to throw your vote in the trash. I'm JD Vance.
The John Birch Society is it was a right-wing advocacy group that is no longer around, but it was like from a long time ago, from like the 50s maybe. I wonder what I can't remember any of their major stuff, contributions, issues. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I know I've talked about them before, but I can't remember why.
I want everybody to know what my platform actually is.
We our guest, be our guest.
How he expected to be greeted at the local donut shop.
Cheese soufflé, I am putting on flambé. We'll prepare and serve with flair a culinary cabaret. You're alone and you're scared, but the banquet's all prepared. No one's glued.
Here it is. We got the wiki right now. Founding and beliefs. The founding members of JBS included Harry Lind Bradley, co-founder of the Allen Bradley Company, and Lind and Harry Bradley Foundations. Fred Koch, founder of Koch Industries, and Robert Waring Stoddard, president of Wyman Gordon, a major industrial enterprise. Another was Revilio P. Oliver, a University of Illinois professor who was later expelled from the society and helped found the National Alliance. Koch became one of the organization's primary financial supporters, according to investigative journalist Jane Mayer. David Koch and Charles Koch, the Koch sons, were also members of the JBS. However, both left it before the 1970s. A transcript of Welch's two-day presentation at the founding of the medium was published as the Blue Book of the John Birch Society and became a cornerstone of its beliefs, with each new prospective member receiving a copy. Welch stated, both the U.S. and Soviet governments are controlled by the same furtive, conspiratorial cabal of internationalists, greedy bankers, and corrupt politicians. If left unexposed, the traitors inside the U.S. government would betray the country's sovereignty to the United Nations for a collectivist New World Order managed by a one-world socialist government. So they were pretty conspiratorial, it sounds like. He saw collectivism as the main threat to Western culture and modern American liberals as secret communist traitors. So if you were a modern American liberal, which doesn't mean like people just call you liberal, like liberals believe that everybody should have to do their own thing, right? Their own beliefs, their own rights. If they want to do it, they should. Liberalism. He called them a secret communist traitors who provided cover for the gradual process of collectivism with the ultimate goal of replacing the nations of Western civilization with a one-world socialist government. He wrote, there are many stages of welfarism, socialism, and collectivism in general, but communism is the ultimate state of them all, and they all lead inevitably in that direction. Welch predicted that you have only a few more years before the country in which you live will become 4 separate provinces in a worldwide communist dominion ruled by police state methods from the Kremlin. So Russia was trying to make us all socialist, communist. The JBS was organized to be, in Welch's words, under complete authoritative control at all levels. It incorporated aspects of business hierarchies and also the communist cells Welch opposed, but whose discipline he admired. Chapters of 10 to 20 members each had a leader appointed from above and were expected to meet twice a month. Members of the chapters that grew larger than 20 members were expected to break off and form a new, smaller chapter. The activities of JBS included distributing literature, pamphlets, magazines, videos, and other materials. The society also sponsors a speakers bureau, which invites speakers who are keenly aware of the motivations of that drive political policy. One of the first public activities of the society was a Get U.S. Out of membership of the UN campaign, which claimed in 1959 that the real nature of the UN is to build a one-world government. The society also alleged that communists and UN supporters were conducting an assault on Christmas. This is how long they've been saying they're trying to. Oh, I want to take you to a post in a minute. They're attacking Christians. To destroy all religious beliefs and customs. In 1960, Welch advised JBS members to join your local PTA at the beginning of the school year, get your conservative friends to do likewise, and go to work to take over the local PTAs. One Man's Opinion, a magazine launched by Welch in 1956, was renamed American Opinion. In 1965, Welch established a JBS-affiliated publication known as the Review of the News, which was intended for a larger readership and covered news. In 1985, these magazines merged into the New American, a bi-weekly magazine published by the Society. I've seen the New American magazine. It doesn't seem like anything we want to do with. I don't feel attacked. I want to show you this post, and I can't believe people honestly believe this. I'm going to go back to my health teacher. I'm not going to show it on the screen, but I'm going to go back to my health teacher's post where I told you that I commented or whatever. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. So my health teacher says, if a lifelong Democrat from my iconic Democratic family Democrat family says it's dangerous to vote for the person who is coronated, not nominated, and chooses to drop out and switch allegiance to the other candidate, you might want to listen. Who would have ever thought a Kennedy would align himself with a Republican? And I said, who would have ever thought a Kennedy would be a prolific anti-vaxxer with the death of 80-some children in Samoa on his hands? Wild. And he responded, I'm an adamant anti-vaxxer. Never have, never will. Hope you are well, sir. I wasn't trying to fight with them, right? That just blew my mind. But there was a comment here that I did want to read. Here we go. I can't believe people actually believe this. So someone else I went to school with says, well, it's certainly notable when someone from a storied political family, makes a shift, It's essential to remember that a single individual's choice doesn't define the values and beliefs of an entire party. The Democratic Party stands for inclusivity, social justice, and progress on critical issues like healthcare, climate change, and equity. Or equality, I'm sorry. Now, I acknowledge the Democratic Party does not fully encompass my values and views, though the Democratic Party is still riddled with issues of its own. No one's saying the party or the platform or the people in it are perfect, right? But they never are. Your church isn't perfect, but you probably still attend it and think it's a good thing. I strongly believe they offer the better path forward for all Americans, right? Now, this is the Christian persecution complex. I really, obviously, I'm not the guy for it. I'm not like a psychologist or anything, but I really want to do a fucking manifesto on Christian persecution disorder. Christians think that they are constantly being persecuted and driven out of the country. They're taking everything out of this, and they're taking this out of that, and no one's allowed to say Christ anymore. And pretty soon they're going to be putting us in jail for having our Bibles. Like, no one's doing that. We're just trying to make it fair the way America was set up, fair for all religions, right? Freedom of religion. But anyways, here we go. He says, I appreciate your comment. This is my health teacher. I appreciate your comment as always. Civil discourse is key to changing things that I think are terribly wrong. I have no issue with inclusivity as a human and a teacher. Why not for Christians? We are excluded completely. Where? Christians by far have the most ability to be included in everything. They're accepted. They're not fucking especially when we're talking about the U.S. In the fucking U.S., what are you talking about? He says, why not for Christians? We are excluded completely. Equality comes through education, earned income, and financial mobility. That will never happen with entitlements. I believe that's the true nature of the party. They show they are for everyone, but have financial arrangements to keep the wealth in the hands of a few and the poor in poverty. Hello, Republicans, right? I disagree with you with these concepts, and I'm labeled a bigot. Always enjoy hearing from you. Hope you are well. Where do Christians get this persecution complex from? They are almost always given a pass. They're almost always included. In the U.S., they are not persecuted. They're not driven out. No one's trying to take their religion away from them. No one's trying to say you can't live here, you can't do that. No one's doing it. But it is happening to some other religions and some like minor religions or religions that are associated with like fucking terrorism and shit. I just don't understand it. But that's always the first go-to. Like people will say something like, oh, they're always trying to take up for black people. When are they going to take up for Christians? Always? Forever? I don't know. I don't understand it. I wish somebody would dig into the psychology of this. And I know a lot of it comes from like posts, like one prominent Christian politician can say, oh my God, they're trying to take Christ out of Christmas. And then everybody will repeat it for like 14 years. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. JD Vance's PR director at the donut shop.
Hey JD, what's up, my man? Now look, your public image has been a little mixed the last couple of weeks, but nothing that a little photo op at a small town USA donut store can't fix, okay? All right, so you're gonna walk in, introduce yourself, press the flash.
Hi, I'm JD Vance. It's so nice to meet you.
I don't want to be on camera. I just want to be on camera. Did we not vet these employees before we brought cameras in?
I'm gonna be Vice President of America. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Oh no.
Okay, JD, hey. All right, so we're gonna nix the VP talk. Go ahead and just order some donuts and get out of there, okay? Hello? JD? What's that? He's never ordered donuts in his life?
Do you guys have any couches?
All right, JD.
Christians is in vogue. You're right.
Repeat after me.
You're probably right. What's up, Thomas?
For some glazed donuts.
Can I get some glazed donuts?
And some sprinkles.
And sprinkles?
And
Stinkles.
Rolls.
And cinnamon rolls, please.
Whatever makes sense.
Whatever makes sense.
No, don't say that.
What the hell is going on?
God. Okay, you know what? We're done. We're done. JD, hey, yeah. So go ahead and I think we should pull out.
I think I should pull out.
Hey JD, what's up, my man? Now look, your public image has been a little mixed the last couple of weeks.
Pretty rough.
Nothing that
I couldn't imagine being trying to coach him through like speaking or engagement. Oh, JD Vance gets a call.
Hey, sir. Yeah, it's me. No, JD. Yeah, donut shop. Heck yeah, I can do that. I tell you, I never met a donut I didn't like. No, I promise, sir, I won't get distracted by the holes. Now, I'm going to tell them there's a zoo in town. A zoo. No, zoos don't really travel, do they? Circus. That's what I probably should say instead. So you really think he's going to drop out and endorse you? That's great. You're thinking about him for health. Wait, are we talking about the same guy? Worms in his brain? Eats roadkill?
Worms in his brain?
Okay. No, I'm
staged a bear bike wreck.
on board. I just want to make sure, we weren't. We got who to endorse us? No, that's unbelievable. No. I'm not saying I don't believe you. Donut shop for the win. I'm gonna do it. Yep, there's no stopping me. I'm a confident boy. We got Taylor Swift's endorsement, Tay-Tay herself. I'm pretty sure that was AI. What's more likely, that Taylor Swift endorsed Donald Trump, or that a 78-year-old man was confused by an AI image on Facebook? I mean, come on.
Oh, no.
This donut thing?
162, as if you do not.
Has to go perfect. It has to go perfect. No, Rhonda, these are people things, and you never understand people things, and you're never gonna understand people things.
Oh no, he's been arguing with the couch the whole time.
JD.
It's pretty bad. This guy's funny. I did like this one. I wish he'd do more.
Stroll in the park as a human does, and I thought I would interact with some other humans that I come across. Here comes one now. Hello, I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Hi, it's nice to meet you. So how long have you been walking for? Today or in general? Okay, good. Wait. I think this is going pretty good so far. Oh, I spot a motherly figure with a smaller human being. Hi, I'm JD Vance. How old are you, little girl?
I'm 8.
8? Oh, wow, I was 8 once. How about you, Mom? Were you ever 8?
Was I ever 8?
Okay, good.
Mom, can we go home? Yes, honey, run to the car.
Oh, would you look at that? Another human.
Run to the car.
Creature attached to a leaf. Hi, I'm JD Vance. What's that?
Are you asking what kind of breed he is?
For how long?
For how old he is or how long I've had
How long have you been walking?
I'm sorry, are you asking how our walk?
Okay, good. I love to mingle with the people. Here comes another one now. Hi, I'm JD Vance. How did you install those little wheels under your feet?
You mean my rollerblades?
Okay, good. So how long have you been walking?
Walking where?
Okay, good. My vessel is starting to crave food. I think the next person that I encounter, I'm going to ask them where a donut shop is. Hi, I'm JD Vance, vice president running. Nearest donut shop location, please.
That'll be Beanie's on 7th Street.
JD Vance rerouting. Thanks. Okay, good.
All right, have a good day.
I'm enjoying her.
Damn it, bro. All right, so there was a couple things I wanted to go over. First of all, what is this? This runs around the clock? Is it like AI or something?
But hey, Dreamer Station with your Twin Spitzer spam sounds like something straight out to my fever dreams. Turn off that damn autocorrect before you embarrass yourself even more. And Lilith Hobo feeling upset about Kamala going all Hulk Hogan? Oh, sweetie, wipe away those tears and toughen up. This is politics, honey bunches of oats.
I guess it's by donations.
Now, let me just say this. Kamala may talk a big game, but all I hear is blah, blah, blah.
What is knock?
Just start
asked to join the stream.
It's made of dog shit if you think ham doesn't belong on pizza. I bet your favorite topping is plain cardboard because that's about as exciting as your personality.
Okay, let's talk about something that Tim Pool doesn't understand, okay? Everybody, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think everybody would agree with this. Let's say you made some type of work, right? Maybe you wrote a book, maybe you wrote a song, maybe you wrote a poem, maybe you did something with it, right? Let's say you wrote a song for this example. Let's say you wrote a song and you're a famous songwriter. So that famous songwriter, it goes out to radio stations, it goes out to CD manufacturers, it goes out to licensing agents, right? And that goes out, and there's these different licensing agents that basically license your music. You can just buy just the song and use it. You can buy an all-inclusive license, or you pay a few $1,000s a year and you can use any of the music. But like, let's say I was going to use your music on my YouTube video. I'm using your music. You wrote a song, I'm using it, okay? And I've got a license through third-party company. Now, if someone asked you, hey, Dr. J, because Dr. J wrote this song. Hey, Dr. J, did you give Will permission to use your song? And you didn't, right? I bought this from a third-party licensing agency. You don't know how I came upon it. You don't know if I bought the license or not. But someone says, hey, Dr. J, did you give Will permission to use your song in his video? Of course, you're going to say no, right? Because I didn't go to Dr. J and say, hey, can I use your music? I didn't have an arrangement with Dr. J. I didn't talk to Dr. J. I went to a third party who you entrusted with your music, right? You entrusted this third-party licensing group with this music, but you're going to say no. Now, when you say no, that's not saying that I used your music illegally. That's not saying that I had no rights to your music. That's not saying that you're going to sue me or something. That's saying you didn't personally give me permission. Does everybody understand that? So Donald Trump has been using the Foo Fighters music for RFK's introduction. Okay? My Hero or whatever. Now, another account asked the Foo Fighters, did you give permission for Donald Trump to use your music? They said no. Right? They said no. And then they said, let us be clear, no, we did not. Okay? Now, they never threatened legal action or said he used it illegally or they're going to take it from him or sue him or he violated a contract. Donald Trump's campaign goes to these licensing agencies and they pay for a contract or for a year or for the whole campaign or whatever, pay thousands of dollars to use the music. And technically they're legally allowed, but they didn't go to the band and ask. And that's pretty simple. Fucking Tim can't get it through his fucking head. Right? Let's go down here. Where's it at? Damn, a fucking gnat landed on me. So it says, hey, Foo Fighters, why you lying? Just for that, I'm going to cover Everlong. And it says, The Independent has seen documents appearing to confirm that the campaign has indeed licensed the song from BMI's Songview service. What is BMI's Songview service? Well, you can look it up. BMI Songview service. This is a service you pay, and any of the songs that they cover, this is a combined view of ASCAP and BMI musical works, search by title. This is their Songview service where you can play and use any of the things that they have licensings to, right? See a combined view of song data, repertoires of the nation's two largest performing rights organizations. Songview is a user-friendly search or data platform featuring copyright ownership information over. So they pay a licensing to this, and Foo Fighters trust them to distribute theirs. Foo Fighters probably doesn't even know who distributes their music, to be honest with you. They probably know their record label. They know their producers. They probably don't know who distributes their music because there's probably at least 30 or 40 companies doing it around the world. So Tim Pool is calling out the Foo Fighters for saying, we didn't give permission, but they didn't give permission. Does this am I the only one that feels this way? Like, I don't think they're lying. Hey, at Foo Fighters, did you let Trump use My Hero to welcome RFK Jr. on stage? No. Right? Trump didn't call up the lead man for the Foo Fighters and say, hey, can I use your music for RFK? Right? But that's not saying that Trump did something illegally. Like, he went through the process to pay for this. Obviously, he'd be dumb if he didn't. He'd be sued. Right? And they're not claiming that. Like, he can have permission and still not, the band didn't let him do it. Because there are bands Like, I'm sure Kid Rock has talked to Trump and been like, hey, use my music all the time, right? Or the Democrats sometimes make deals where they have someone performing there during their thing. I don't think they fucking lied. I think this is Tim Pool rage baiting his following, saying like, oh, you lied about this. The Independent says that they paid BMI song view service. And they did. They paid for like any song they play. I'm sure that's covered under BMI. I don't get it. Then we get Nick Sorter says the Foo Fighters lied about Trump not having permission to use My Hero while introducing RFK. Did they? They didn't say he didn't have permission. They said they didn't give him permission. Trump should sue these leftist hacks for defamation. The Trump campaign actually did license the song through BMI's Songview service, as confirmed by documents provided to the Independent. The Foo Fighters said they'll be taking action against the campaign, and any proceeds will be donated to the Harris campaign, virtue signaling. I don't see that at all. I just say no. I don't see where they threaten legal action in any way, shape, or form. I don't think they're lying. I don't think they're in the right here. Kamala is going to win in a 49-state landslide. So Donald Trump hasn't had a boost in the polls. So they knew that Kamala would get a boost to their VP pick, probably, as long as she made a good one. They knew she'd get one with the DNC, probably, as long as it went well. But then then it's usually bumps back and forth. Donald Trump hasn't had a boost in the polls since Joe Biden dropped out. So we'll see how that works. I think it's looking bad, and I think he knows it's looking bad. I don't think he's doing too well. I think he knows he's struggling. I think JD Vance is making it even worse. Yeah, I don't think it's great. Anyways, here is the interview with the guy who owns. Is this the Telegram guy?
We get too much attention from the FBI, the security agencies, wherever we came to the U.S. So to give you an example, last time I was in the U.S.,
Of course. So I've told you about Telegram's policy before. They do not work with any law enforcement agency, national, international, it doesn't matter from what country, unless they have this pretty extensive verification that this person's actually a terrorist ready to commit a terrorist act. So terrorists are on there. The government doesn't have the burden of proof, so they're just letting terrorists talk. They're hosting terrorists. And another thing that's really, 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 really bad on Telegram, which is why we don't allow these words in my Telegram chat, is we should all leave Telegram, to be honest with you. A lot of child porn goes through Telegram and Signal. A lot of child porn goes through Telegram and Signal. We should all fucking leave it, just for that reason.
Brought an engineer that is working for Telegram, and there was an attempt to secretly hire my engineer behind my back by cybersecurity officers or agents, whatever they are called.
The U.S. government should hire your engineer?
That's my understanding. That's what he told me.
To write code for them or to break into Telegram?
They were curious to learn which open source libraries are integrated to the Telegram's app, on the client side, and they were trying to persuade him to use certain open source tools that he would then integrate into the Telegram's code that, in my understanding, would serve as backdoors.
Would allow the U.S. government to spy on people who use Telegram?
The U.S. government, or maybe any other government, because a backdoor is a backdoor regardless of who is using it.
That's right.
You got to watch a fine line here. Most people, depending on how this is presented, if you present this of like, would you like the FBI to have a way to search Telegram and potentially look at innocent Americans' Telegram messages? Most people would say no. But if you presented it as, do you think that a messaging company should be hosting legit terrorists, planning terrorist attacks, able to encrypt and hide that information from any governing body that's looking for those, most people would be like, no, as well, right? So it's clear that pedophiles, people with child porn, drugs, terrorists, they're all using Telegram and Signal because of the encryption, because they refuse to work for the police. So there's like a fine line. Most people don't mind Big Brother looking over a shoulder in the United States, as long as it's targeted, as long as it goes through the right process, as long as it's looking for the right people and not looking through your phone to take your nudes, right? Most people would be in favor of something like that.
And that's a little surprising to hear. Maybe it's not surprising. It's offensive. You're confident that happened?
Yes. There is no reason for my engineer to make up the stories. Also because I personally experienced similar pressure in the US. Whenever I would go to the US, I would have two FBI agents greeting me at the airport, asking questions. One time I was having my breakfast at like 9 a.m. and the FBI showed up at my house that I was renting, and that was quite surprising. And I thought, we're getting too much attention here. It's probably not the best environment to run.
Why would had you committed a crime?
No, they were interested to learn more about Telegram. They knew I, left Russia. They knew what we were doing, but they wanted details. And my understanding is that they wanted to establish a relationship to kind of, in a way, control Telegram better. I understand that they were doing their job. It's just that for us running a privacy-focused social media platform, that probably wasn't the best environment to be in. We want to be focused on what we do, not on government relations of that sort.
Government relations.
This is I know Tucker just laughs at it because that's his role to play, but this could be a major fucking thing. If the next 9/11 is planned and no one fucking sees it coming because it was all planned by Telegram, and the FBI is trying to get Telegram to where they can't get warrants and stuff put in place, and Telegram's refusing, people would be mad as fuck. But because Tucker gets a chance to just laugh about it, I guess we're good. Jesus Christ. It was the Wu-Tang is for children, the Wu-Tang Clan, that tagged the Foo Fighters, by the way. Weird. Pretty fucking weird. I heard that Nick Alvear put out. Oh, I didn't show you guys the clips. Let's see. So, Crash. Oh, I was trying to get to the post, not the people. Did we get all the way to the top of this? I don't care if you like Cold Beer Confess or not, but he's breaking down some of Script Keeper's rapping. I'd buy a ticket just to hear Will laugh. Oh. So the best comeback they've had so far is Script Keeper is a good rapper and Will has a gay voice. Gulp. Is somebody hitting on me? Is that what's happening here? That's what it seems like. Why is his voice gay as fuck? I don't know. It's just it. I can't help it. It's a mine. All mine. Gulp. Then this same guy asked me if I was involved with a veteran charity scam on Facebook about being a disabled amputee. And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, okay, that's good. Stinkles? You mean stinkleberries? The Stinkles? It was pretty good. When I say script, you say keeper. Script. Keeper. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. And I think they've been putting out some YouTube, some shorter videos made from my videos that people have been kind of upset about. They'll get over it, right? Eventually, sometime. Who knows? Yeah, Script's all tore up. I wonder if he's had any more meltdowns lately. All they got on me is I committed bank fraud. Didn't I say I committed? Oh, I know. We got the video, I guess, where Mike Gill like goes after Script Keeper. It's the Michelle Moore Seeing Through the Lies. It's from August 23rd. Let's see how bad it was. So this is a Rumble link. Michelle Moore. With an E. The Michelle Moore Show. August 23rd, 2024. I guess this is the one that he's kind of freaking out about. Thank you, Connie, for sending this. 26. Seeing Through the Lies. I think this is it. 23.
Don't boil or fry another egg before.
Oh, shut up. Rumble's always tell me what I can and can't eat.
Best and worst.
I wish Bert would come back. Man, Bert was so much fun.
Find the
and his cat.
They're the highest level of polyphenols you can find. Pasta.
Yeah, I got a strange voice, I think. I had a little case of deviated septum, or I wouldn't say it's fully deviated septum. I had some damage to my septum when I was young. And I think that gives me a more like nasally kind of. I don't personally care for my voice, but it's just my voice. I don't think a voice can be gay. I don't know what you want me to do about it. I can't help it.
Be supported
early, right from the beginning. Mike Gill and producer Ron on the Michelle Moore Show. We're going to do something different. We're going to give you the title right from the beginning because I want you to be thinking what we're trying to tell you. And the title is Seeing Through the Lies and the CIA War Against Common Sense. All right? That's what we're trying to do today.
Common sense war. Got it.
And we'll take care of that, but I'm going to set you through and show you the lies, but show you the mentality and the methodology. And rather than listening to them, I'm going to show you how to watch movement because the moves.
Oh, they also, I forgot, somebody also tagged me in. So that candy-coated skank or whatever her name is, she sent a video. Skanky Candy, what I can't remember her name. She said, what did she tag me in? The fuck is it? Oh, she might have blocked me afterwards, maybe? No. It says, and these fools who say Script Keeper can't rap, he put this together in less than a week. You all want this? Probably because it'll bring you more views and then more money. Like clockwork. You only call those out for drama that bring you money. Typical. And tagged me and Crash. And then that's where Script Keeper says, imagine what I'm working on now.
It's tell you where they're going, and it tells you the plans. First, I just want to make a quick comment. When I ran State of Corruption, I met with hundreds and thousands of victims over those. I
want to get the Script Keeper part.
We may hear cartels killing our children, their futures.
That doctor does not want you eating anything. Don't eat nuts. Don't eat eggs. Don't eat mustard. Every time there's an ad, it's don't eat something.
No. Heard your prayers. But what did you do to stop it? Well, I'm going to be able to give him an answer. And I'm asking you to think with an open mind. Again, we travel different paths, and this is mine. And translating and having you see what's going on is part of my path. Confronting.
I can't believe I just saw an ad or a video preview. I can't believe people are still watching Brad Barton, and he claims his government insider, nicknamed DC, that's already told them that's already predicted like 5 different dates where Trump was coming back, and there was all these U.S. Marshals that were shutting down the Capitol, and none of that's come true. But he's still having him on. He just had him on 13 days ago. Trump and Elon watch party with special guest DC. And the only reason Brad believes this guy is because the guy sent him a picture of a tactical vest and a shotgun and said, this is what I wear every day at work.
This evil in a. So we're doing a New York sky Script Keeper. So
Here we go.
Will. Okay, first, when it comes to this guy, script keeper, Josh Young, maybe Ron, let's show him an image. That guy, a New York con man, right? Him. We could show him another image, Ron. This is who we're doing. Tale of the script keeper. Well, let me give you a tale, all right? Here's the tale. What did I tell you the CIA did? Well, what did the CIA tell you? They said that we don't train pickpocketers, we hire them. And those pickpocketers or con men get handled. The reason why this guy's important, and normally my methodology, you give us the next one, Ron, my methodology is to block, ignore. Don't fight in the mud. But sometimes you have to find them in the mud. And what makes this guy special is who he's handled by, Nick Alvear. You remember those text messages from Alvear being hired by Flynn? Remember? Special ops was his job. Special operations, targeting individuals and entities. Well, I was both. I told Michelle Moore that he was here for me. And what did Alvear say? He was making a movie of me. What did he call me? One of the most important people of our times. All right? They wanted that movie. He was working for Flynn, and he wanted that information. You see how this knucklehead teamed up with Alvear to go after Phil Galuski? Why? Because Phil's an easy target, because he's also CIA, robbing and stealing, which is why he's dancing in the streets, bragging about how much he has. Because when this Flynn operation happens, that low-hanging fruit, and I'm dropping this fruit down a little.
Just to be clear, I don't think any of them CIA, but
too.
They are all idiots.
Disappear. Because it's contagion. It's who they get. You get Alvear. You get the CIA. You get Alvear tied to Flynn. And you get them both tied to J6. So there is a method to my madness. That's why this guy's calling Crash and Michelle Moore whores, posting lies and images, because that's who they are. Well, let's translate their lies with facts and evidence, using their own words. All right, hit it, Ron. Let's take a look at this. Mike didn't go after the cartel. Well, I think the cartel would something different. Remember that 80,000 capacity tractor trailer, those faces on my billboards? Exactly who they were, 106 witnesses. But let's think about this. And I stole money from JP Morgan and Chase. You, the bank, that trafficking 50 tons of cocaine. All right, now let's think about this. Shush, not too smart, Mike. Hey, you're right. It wasn't too smart, Pinhead. It's saying that you're a thief and that you stole from Chase Manhattan, JP Morgan Chase Manhattan Bank. That still makes you a thief. You're not Robin Hood. You didn't give to the poor, and they didn't traffic cocaine. Again, Pinhead, they money laundered, as so many other banks and banks that I outed. But that makes you a thief. All right, hit it, Ron.
So I don't know, saying like if you're trying to clear your record out, you can be like, well, I'm not a drug dealer. I was just scamming a fucking bunch of banks with fake checks. Okay, you win. I don't know.
Take a look at this. He's saying, right, that I said that he paid $175,000 to.
It says, let's see a drug dealer paid $175 for a criminal lawyer for conspiracy bank fraud, a thief taking your money, fugitive warrant. Did you know that he's a Freemason? He's handled by the CIA Alvear, who's now taking you down the yellow brick road. The CIA don't teach con men, they hire them. So I don't think he's calling him a drug dealer here. I think what he's going to say is that they're like drug dealers with this information and stuff they put out. And it says, let's see a drug, because I've heard him say that or seen him post that before. It says, let's see a drug dealer. Then it goes into the charge. It says paid $175,000 for a criminal lawyer for conspiracy of bank fraud, a thief taking your money, fugitive warrant. Did you know he's a Freemason? Handled by the CIA Alvear, who's now taking you down the yellow brick road. I don't think he's actually calling him a drug dealer.
To a lawyer, and he's saying that's lying. He said, "Get me some of that. Get me some of that $175,000." All right, now let's use
blatant lies. Show the receipt, Tubby. You got to take your own advice, Mike. GoFundMe Gil. Prove it. Messenger will bust within 2 more days. You will see. Shit, $175K. Let me get some of that. Say my lawyer's name. Fed, CIA. Say Mr. Witsek. Trump will never bail you out. I don't, none of them make sense to me.
his words again. Now, here he's saying he's calling me a liar for saying that. Hit it, Ron. What's that recording in his own words?
$175,000. What the hell? My lawyer. That was my lawyer. When I first started, it was $175,000. Just.
So now he's denying this, but he just said that my lawyer was $175,000 when I just started. When I just started, that was my lawyer, $175K.
So he hires a criminal lawyer, pays $175 just starting. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't he lie about that? Just then. All right? And who's he with? Alvear. CIA. That's how he's being handled. All right, let's get the next part. Let's hear he turns around and say, what did he steal? Let's use his words. Hit it, Ron. That was the 390, 1.2 million restitution video.
case was $390,000. My restitution was $1.2 million, Mike. $1.2 million, Mike. That was my restitution.
He paid back $1.2 million in restitution. Working at doing HVAC and boilers and shit. I don't know that he paid back $1.2 million in restitution. Not cash, at least. Did you do community service or something and get something for that? I don't think he paid cash back.
Really? So let me see. He stole $390,000, which makes him a thief and a con man, which is what I told you that he was. And it's to sue the CIA hires and what Elvira wanted from Josh Young. Okay? Now think about this. Is that criminal? Did he tell us what he was criminally charged with? Conspiracy? Where are the cops? You don't think JP Morgan and Chase turned around and called their lawyers first, or do you think they called a cop? Do you think this is someone you should be following and giving money to? You know, a con man. So let's think about that. These are his words. We're not exaggerating. We're not trying. He's saying it. He's a thief and a con man. Restitution. Right. $1.2 million. That's who he is. What did I do? I went after the cartel, refused their money, refused the money of the laundering network, all of it. And I was a rich and wealthy man as being an honest man, not a thief and a con man. And again, do not forget who he gets us, Elvira. Remember those texts that he worked for Flynn, hired by Boone Cutler, special operations. You would have never seen that evidence. Flynn wanted my evidence in the Pandora's box to use as blackmail. You know what Finn's question in his head is? And I'm not going to tell him the answer. Is he in the box? Let's let him sweat. Okay, Ron. All right, now we're going to be talking about movements. We're going to talk about a plan. Not listening to these people and the manipulation, but watch how they move. Do you remember how I intercepted the broker convention in Arizona? It was from watching Sununu and Haley. I know Sununu for almost 20 years. I ran against him as governor. He was part of them destroying my voter registration. He is that Bush connection. Now, you didn't know him then, but you're finding out who Sununu is now, though, now, don't you? All right, so let's watch the movement, and then we'll turn around and show you the plan. And that's what's important. Okay, hit it, Ron. Let's do the Peters and Trump. Now, why this is important, and what did I tell you about Peters? Why do you think they picked this time in this window?
Tina Peters. I'm looking for, I was looking to see if there was any information, news stories, or anything on Script Keeper's shit. So his name is Joshua Young. He had conspiracy to commit bank fraud. I don't know if we can trust his numbers or not. And it was in the state of New York. Josh Young is just a really, really, really common name, though, is the problem.
Before an election. Nothing's by accident. And what did I tell you they would do with Peters, who took her instructions from Flynn and Juan? And I'm going to establish my connection. So again, as I was a witness to J6, as I'm a witness to the broker convention and the tape that they won't show you, I'm a witness to those phone calls and those Friday meetings with Juan, who was controlled again by Flynn. But look what they did. They took Peters already and tied him to the voter fraud, which they're going to hang on Trump. All right? So now we're in the window just before the election, right after the DNC. Boom, they explode. That's going to be their bump. Again, why now? Because that bump is also the leverage point of Trump becoming the president. You see? So the attack, the leverage points. Lawyers say they need three things. Their three favorite things. Leverage, leverage, and leverage. Watch.
I don't know if he's a pool cleaner. I know he told me that he worked on boilers and HVAC, and then he went on a rant about how he can build a car, build a house, build anything. And he was always from New York, but now he's in Florida doing shit. He was always Script Keeper, and Script Keeper 17 when he got in Q. And I guess he's got a couple different accounts. One of them's Script Keeper Elect. One of them's Script Keeper 17. I don't know all his accounts. He blocked me, then he unblocked me, then he said he was blocking me again. I don't know.
Peters falls out of the clouds right here and now intentionally. They're going to tie it to Flynn. They're going to tie it to Trump, and they're going to go through Flynn, which is why now Flynn's saying Trump's going to jail, and Raikkonen turns around and shows up at one of Trump's rallies. You didn't see them before. You see them now because that's the methodology to incriminate Trump through Flynn. And what did they do in J6? Flynn's team, incriminate Trump. Raikkonen didn't go. Flynn didn't go to jail. Jones didn't go to jail. Vanderseal didn't go to jail.
I think he's telling you that he doesn't have you blocked. And instead, because he said, what did he say? Shares Wilbur trashing Trump, then shares Kamala Coke on Phil. How many accounts you got? Oh, he thinks me and you are the same account. I forgot about that. Oh, he said you don't type his account name right, but I see it there. Oh, account suspended. Hold on. Go back. Then what's this? Oh, spell it with a K. Script Keeper with a K 17, and see if you're blocked. Ask Script Keeper SK 17. That's what he's saying. You're spelling his account name wrong. That account's blocked or has been suspended, but he doesn't have you blocked or something.
But they're trying to put him in jail now, aren't they? Okay. And at the same time, right, you're looking at the Oath Keeper's lawyer. Did you know she just pleaded guilty to election fraud, interference with the Oath Keeper? Boom, another bird lands in the nest. Okay, hit it, Ron. Now, if you don't think Miss Peters will flip, you're wrong. You can go to this video.
Tina Peters is a fucking nut job. But was that all he said about Script Keeper that freaked him out like that?
So think, get back to Arizona. That was the move. Sacrifice, and I think you just don't accepting the plan because he heard what I heard too, and that was the path. I said Trump was inside of the Flynn network. Remember Flynn? What is this?
I'm proud to be part of the Flynn network. I stand with General Flynn. I stand with President Trump. I stand with Chuck Grassley. I stand with Q. I stand with God. I don't stand with losers. FCB decode.
I don't know these idiots. That's separation. That's contagion. I stand with General Flynn. Let's remember that. I stand with Trump. You can't stand with either one of them. I stand with you because that's my grift. I don't stand.
Dude, what she did, if we just let other people do that because they thought, like, she let somebody she stole someone's credentials, let somebody that had no credentials go in and steal voter data. Isn't that what they're worried about with people like manipulating the vote? But she just let somebody come in there and steal it because she trusted them.
With losers. Really? Hit it, Ron. Isn't this the loser that was tied to Pascal? All right, now this is important. And I would have played this, I'm stopping in the video that you're going to see, but you know what? I'm going to remind you here and now. What you're going to hear is the conversation with Kerry Cassidy and Patriot Underground. You're going to hear they're saying, well, hey, listen, Mike, you said that you Trump was making a deal. I said Trump was in negotiations because I heard the tape, and so did Juan, and so did Nino. Do you know what he did? This is a reposting of that. You know what he did? Trump to step down. I didn't say that. He said it. Why do you think he said it? Because he heard what I heard too, and that was the plan, and that was the move with Flynn. That's what happened. All right, Ron, you know what we should do? And I'll insert some of the rest here. Well, you know what? Hit it again. Now, who is this?
By the way, Donald Trump might be trying to back out of the debate. I just been seeing all these posts. I don't know if I want to watch this. I just want to see the Script Keeper part. But Donald Trump may be getting ready to follow the debate. Hey, turd, have you guys seen who this cat turd motherfucker is? By the way, I know the cat turd account's like famous. Have you guys seen who he actually is? His name is Philip Buchanan. The cat turd accounts. This is the famous, funny cat turd account guy. That's him. That's who he really is. I don't know that Trump will actually back out of the debate, but he is setting this up. So the debate's going to be on ABC, and then Trump posted this. I watched ABC fake news this morning. Both lightweight reporter Jonathan Karls, with a K question mark or the C, ridiculous and biased interview of Tom Cotton, who was fantastic, and their so-called panel of Trump haters. And I ask, why would I do the debate against Kamala Harris on that network? Will panelist Donna Brazile give the questions to the Marxist candidate like she did for crooked Hillary Clinton? Will Kamala's best friend, who heads up ABC, do likewise? Where is little George Slopadopoulos hanging out now? Will he be involved? They've got a lot of questions to answer. Why did Harris turn down Fox, NBC, CBS, and even CNN? Stay tuned. From the get-go, she asked for one debate on ABC. Donald Trump said, nope, we're doing it on Fox News. She said ABC. Then he said, okay, we'll do it on CBS. She said ABC. Then he said, well, we're going to do three. We're going to do Fox, ABC, and then CBS, and we'll have a vice president on CNN. No, ABC. From the get-go, all she's asked is for that one debate, and he's trying to make it everything else. So he might be setting up. And this was, what is this, Jonathan Karl, Tom Cotton. Okay, let's see if we can find that. And this was today, apparently. Cotton joins. That was from May 5th. Senator Tom Cotton from 10 hours ago. Maybe this is it.
Donald Trump has suffocated the soul of the Republican Party. His fundamental weakness has coursed through my party like an illness, sapping our strength, softening our spine, whipping us into a fever that has untethered us from our values.
He has no empathy, no more.
I feel for the Republicans that are speaking at the DNC and saying, look what he's turned this into. Look at this charade he's made out of here. I've never talked to him and blocked. Okay. His claim was that you were spelling his name wrong to make sure that it was, I don't know, whatever he said.
Morals and no fidelity to the truth. He used to tell me, it doesn't matter what you say, Stephanie. Say it enough and people will believe you.
His actions disqualified him from ever stepping foot in the Oval Office again.
Those were some of the many Republicans who spoke out against Donald Trump this week at the Democratic Convention. I'm joined now by top Trump ally Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas. Welcome to This Week. So what do you make of all those Republicans speaking at the Democratic Convention?
Oh, what I make of them is that Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. But what most Americans remember is that for 4 years when Donald Trump was president, we had peace and prosperity. Everything's gone to hell under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris over the last 4 years. And that's a clear contrast we have.
It's not derangement syndrome. Like, I voted for him. I'm fucking tired of his shit. I'm tired of his lies. I'm tired of his winking nods to QAnon. I'm tired of him continuing to say the election was stolen from him. I'm tired of him saying everything's set up against him. I'm tired of him just randomly saying weird shit like fucking Barack Obama wasn't born in this country. Kamala Harris isn't even eligible to run for president. She's not black. And I bled so much blood. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. It wasn't a thing like anytime someone mentions Trump, I squeal and cover my ears and run. I'm fucking tired of his shit, dude. I'll never forgive him for the things he said about veterans and how divided he personally has made this fucking country. Ever.
An unusual presidential election because Donald Trump has been president before. The American people know what he did. They know that he understands the kind of pain they've suffered for the last 4 years under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And I think that's why they're ready to return Donald Trump to the White House.
But there seemed to be a clear strategy on the part of the Democrats to try to appeal to the Republicans. Of course, Donald Trump has absolutely solid support in the Republican base, but there are a lot of Republicans.
And I don't feel like I'm alone. I know a lot of people have been talking shit and saying, oh, he's a Trump hater. He's got TDS. He never votes. He's sharing comment. I know a lot of people fucking attack me or whatever. And I know there's some viewers that have shown up like, what's her name? That was always a, that I actually took up for, I think, back in the day. Yvonne was her name. I took up for her a couple times. And she's like, loony leftist. No, I'm fucking tired of his shit. And there's more people like me. They're afraid to say anything. I just saw someone today get fucking absolutely attacked on Twitter. He's a Christian rapper, I guess. And his name's Bryson something. And he put that he would not, because his Christian beliefs, he'll never vote for a candidate that supports abortion in any way, shape, or form. Now, I don't personally believe that, but he does. And they're like, well, Donald Trump doesn't support full abortion, not all of them. And he's like, he supports it up to 15 weeks and extenuating circumstances. That's 98% of abortions, which is what the Democrats have been trying to tell you since the get-go. Like, it's either these weird circumstances, which are like 1 or 2%, and then the other 95% of them are in the, up to 15 weeks. And he's like, I can't vote for him. Absolutely destroyed him. Said that he was a waste of time. They can't believe he ever supported him, that he ought to be fucking deported. They were racist in there, calling him the N-word and back and forth. Destroyed him for just saying that he doesn't want to vote for Trump. But that's his choice, right? That's his choice to say, I'm not voting for Trump. But people are afraid to say it because of the lunatics online that'll fucking lash out and attack you. But I know there's more people. I can't be the only person who fucking feels like this.
Easy with him as the nominee again, and they seem to be going right at them.
Well, in every election, John, you have some members of one party endorsing a candidate of the other party. That's a very traditional aspect of American politics. I mean, look at what just happened this week. The Democratic Party under Kamala Harris has gone so far to the left that you actually had a Kennedy endorse a Republican. That's pretty remarkable that the Democratic Party has become so...
Well, he's kind of an outlier. He's not a typical Kennedy.
So radical under Kamala Harris that a member of the Kennedy family has come out to endorse a Republican.
I don't know if Bobby Kennedy Jr. at this point is that representative of the Kennedy family, but I'll
exactly
get to that in a second. But first, there are reports. There's obviously a bit of a momentum change here. You see it in the polls. You see it in the money flowing in to the Harris campaign. And there was a report in Politico that Trump now knows that he has to change things up.
By the way, Trump is considering not doing the debate because of how unfair this interview right here is. Have you seen anything super unfair to Donald Trump? I mean, they're asking the questions, right?
Or that he could lose. You talk to him. I mean, what's your sense? Do you need a change in direction?
Well, President Trump and his campaign has known all along, and they've said all along, that this race is going to be a close race.
Actually, he said it would be a landslide, just to be clear. He said he was going to win in a landslide.
But look, we know the race will probably...
He's never, ever, 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 ever in any way, shape, or form even hinted that it might be a close race. That he talked about a landslide against Biden, and it's going to be even worse now. He's going to win by even more. Bullshit. Oh, President Trump has known from the get-go it's a close race. Then why is he fucking lying to everybody if he told you that?
Or that he could lose. You talk to him. I mean, what's your sense? Do you need a change in direction?
Well, President Trump and his campaign has known all along, and they've said all along, that this race is going to be a close race.
Actually, he said it would be a landslide, just to be clear. He said he was going to win in a landslide.
He might know it, but he's definitely not said it all along.
But look, we know the race will probably come down to a few 100,000 votes in a few states. President Trump has been campaigning hard and vigorously now for months. Obviously, that's going to increase in its pace as we get closer to the election. And President Trump is going to draw a sharp contrast with Kamala Harris, who has supported things
that's probably true, Julie's mom.
Immigration, or giving taxpayer-funded health insurance to illegal aliens, or taking away health insurance on the job for 170 million Americans, banning gas cars, confiscating firearms.
What do you mean taking away health insurance? What are you talking about?
She said when she ran for president that she wants to eliminate private health insurance on the job for 170 million Americans, John.
Yeah, I mean that is not her position now.
How do you know that's not her position? How do you know that's not her position?
I mean, she says she no longer supports Medicare for all.
She has not said that.
And she said she no longer supports the... she's thinking about an importation ban of AR-15s, which most AR-15s are made here in the States anyways, but...
Maybe anonymous aides on a Friday night have said that, but the last thing that she said...
This was not a radical convention. I mean, she, as you heard me go through with Bernie Sanders, she is not taking the positions of the far left of her party. She's clearly making an effort to move to the middle.
I did hear what you said to Senator Sanders, and I thought it was...
Which she has to win. And this is another thing. Just like what you say when you're like primary going, if you're only just Democrats, or when you're a Republican going after only just Republicans to win the primary, is going to be different than what you actually campaign on. And to win, usually you have to come back to a more moderate. That's why Trump isn't coming out saying, "Oh yeah, I don't believe in abortion at all. I don't think we should have abortion." Right? He's saying, "Well, I don't want an abortion ban." He had JD Vance say that Trump would veto a full abortion ban if it came from Congress. You know, you got to come back to the middle to get those votes. We've talked about it before, again and again and again. The undecided and the people who consider themselves swing voters or in the middle or whatever, those are the people you have to win. So what you say on the campaign trail in primaries versus what you say on the campaign trail in the general election versus what you actually do are typically different things. And that can vary between if you're going to run again. Is it your first term? Is it your second term?
Clear that he's very disappointed that she's taking these efforts not to change her positions, but to hide her positions, John. The American people are totally justified to conclude that Kamala Harris is a dangerous San Francisco liberal based on what she campaigned on the last time she ran for president and what this administration has done for the last 4 years. Again, you would have thought watching the Democratic convention last week that the Democrats are not in office, that they're not in power, that they're campaigning against an incumbent Republican, when in reality, she's been part of the failures of the Biden-Harris administration for 4 years. And when she campaigned for president in her own right, she did in fact promise things like decriminalizing illegal immigration, taking away...
But that's his position she's clearly changed on, and
no,
she said she has changed. Yes, she has.
She has not. John, she has not said that. She's not. You pointed out, Senator Sanders, repeatedly things that her campaign has said. Anonymous aides speaking on background reporters have said, well, she no longer believes these things. Okay, maybe she has changed.
Who do you think issues out those campaign statements? Like the Harris campaign would like to stay or would like to release this press release. Who do you think? Do you think that people are sneaking around her and doing it without her permission?
Her position on things like taking away your health insurance and confiscating your gun. If she has changed her position.
Yes, Tom Cotton will bend the knee to Trump. There are here's what I've noticed with Trump. There are Republicans that believe in the Republican Party. Then there are Republicans that may believe more extreme tenets of the Republican Party, but would throw out the other tenets of the Republican Party to catch a wave to power, right? There are Republicans that'll say they're Republicans, and this is our party tenets. We want smaller government. We want lower taxes. We want this. We want that. And they will stand by that no matter who the candidate is. And then there's a whole other larger group of Republicans that'll claim those things, but when a populist comes through and gets some people behind him, they'll throw everything out to bend the fucking knee, to kiss the ring, to be in power.
She owes it to the American people to come out and say in her own words when she changed and why she changed. That's one reason why she needs to address the American people and speak to these questions, because the only basis they have to conclude what she will be like as president is what she's done for 4 years in this administration and what she said.
Dangerous liberals are those ones that want to like feed kids at schools, you know, those type of dangerous policies.
In her own voice in the last campaign. Remember, these are not like college essays, John. This is what she was said when she was campaigning for president as a 54-year-old woman. If she's had such a radical change of heart in the last 5 years, she owes the American people answers.
So speaking of radical changes of heart, I want to ask you about what Donald Trump had to say just a couple of days ago. He said, and this is an exact quote statement he put out, "My administration will be great for women and their reproductive rights." Is he now going to be campaigning on abortion rights? What's going on here?
He will be great for women. He was great for women. Women had great opportunities under Donald Trump. You had a healthy, growing economy. You had safe communities, and you had...
But I'm asking you about the reproductive rights.
Democrats can use phrases like reproductive rights all they want to describe their pro-abortion position, which would force Americans to pay with tax dollars for abortion up to the moment of birth. That's the Democratic position. I mean, they can use that phrase if they want to.
That's not the Democratic position. That's not... Most people in America, if you took a poll and ignored right, left, whatever, most people can get behind like first trimester at least, and exemptions for rape, incest, and stuff like that. Most people don't want it 100% on the table or unlimited access. Most people.
They don't get a monopoly on the language to cover up their radical positions.
But I just ask you, it's now Trump using those words,
but
reproductive rights. And he's also said, we also heard from J.D. Vance, that he would veto a national abortion ban, and he came out against using the
veto a national abortion ban.
Comstock Act to prevent the shipping of the abortion pill. So what is happening? I mean, in fact, he said just the other day, he suggested that he may support the amendment on the ballot in Florida to provide a constitutional right to an abortion. I mean, what is happening with Trump on abortion?
So, John, I think you just made a very important point. The only candidate here proposing a national abortion law is Kamala Harris. And we know what that law looks like because congressional Democrats have voted on it. It would require taxpayer funding for abortion up to the moment of birth.
That's not their law. They don't want to codify Roe v. Wade.
No, that's not what they say about their law, John.
They want to codify Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade should have... So we enjoyed Roe v. Wade and the Supreme Court protection for way too long. Someone should have looked... Someone should have anticipated something crazy happening. I know we usually don't take these giant steps backwards instead of forwards, but someone should have thought about it and made it law, right? Rather than leaving it up to a Supreme Court ruling. We should have done it while Roe v. Wade was still in place.
I'm asking you about Donald Trump, though. So first of all, you have a solid pro-life record for as long as you've been in public office. What do you make of what he is saying now, saying he is going to be protecting reproductive freedom?
He is going to say whatever gets him out of this tight spot and still has Trump loving him. If he was a man, if he had a single hair on his fucking ball sack, he would say, I don't like that. I am, you know, my stance, 100% pro-life. I think that's the way I would hope that's the way that he's going to vote. I don't agree with that, but we agree on other issues or something. But instead, he's going to say, well, you know, it's just phrasing, and we know what the Democrats would do, but we want Trump to do the other thing, and that's the best thing that we could do. And he knows what he's talking about, and they don't own the rights to all the words. What?
And he could even support a constitutional amendment in Florida,
first off,
legalizing abortion.
I voted on the law. You didn't. It does not codify Roe. It goes far beyond what Roe says. It would provide taxpayer funding for abortion up to the moment of birth. Donald Trump has been consistent. He said that Roe v. Wade was wrongly decided. Before Roe v. Wade, this question was largely regulated by the states. Now that Roe v. Wade has been reversed, it will be again largely regulated by the states. Kamala Harris is the one that proposes the radical national abortion law.
I also want to ask you something else that Trump had to say recently, is saying that the Presidential Medal of
Senate Republicans blocked Democratic bill codifying Roe v. Wade abortion protections. The legislation, which states that protections for access to abortion rights should be supported, was blocked by Republicans who panned it as a show vote. Senate Republicans on Wednesday blocked legislation led by Democrats to revive the protections of Roe v. Wade in the wake of the Supreme Court eliminating the nationwide right on abortion. The vote was 49-44, falling short of the supermajority needed to defeat a filibuster due to the broad opposition from Republicans who dismissed it as a political stunt. The Reproductive Freedom for Women's Act. Let's go read it. Introduced last month around the second anniversary of the court decision. I'm going to search for that while I'm reading this. That just overturned Roe v. Wade is just a few sentences long. It states that protections for access to abortion rights and other reproductive health care after the 2020 ruling should be supported. It adds that the protections enshrined in Roe v. Wade should be restored and build upon moving towards a future where there is reproductive freedom for all. While Republicans stand with the majority of Americans, while Republicans stand with the majority of Americans, stand with mainstream, and stand against Donald Trump by affirming a woman's fundamental right to choose, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said before the vote. Of course, many Republicans would rather sweep reproductive health under the rug, saying it's political. This is not political, he said. This is the essence of what elected government is like. We all know these issues. I can't believe that Republicans in my state, we just got one of those. It's like a box built into the side of the wall where you could put a child in, but you can't get it back out. It sets off an alarm. Someone's monitoring it 24 hours a day, can be there within a few minutes to get the baby. But it's like a safe drop-off point. In the state of Tennessee, if you do it within like the first 2 months, there's no, like, you're not going to be arrested. You're not going to be charged, nothing like that. It's like the first couple months. I can't believe that Republicans in my area are raising hell about this baby drop-off point, but are also praising fucking cutting down on abortions. Where do you want the baby at? Because there are going to be people who are forced now to have a baby. They didn't want it, can't handle it, aren't mentally stable enough. So where do you want it in a trash can? You want it on the side of the interstate? Where the fuck do you want it? Because now it can't be in a box where it's taken care of, where someone's there immediately, where it can't hurt itself, where it's fed and it's clothed. That's too far. So where do you want it? The fuck is wrong with these people? They can't have both. Let's see if we can read this bill. Oh my God, it's like holy shit. It's like, okay, this is the entire bill. Okay, are you ready? This is the entire bill that Republicans shot down. To express support for protecting access to reproductive health care after the Dobbs v. Jackson decision on June 24th, 2022. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America and Congress assembled. The act may be cited as Reproductive Freedom for Women Act. It is the sense of Congress that, 1, protections for access to abortion rights and other reproductive health care after the Dobbs v. Jackson 597 U.S. 215 2022 decision on June 24th, 2022 should be supported. The protection enshrined in Roe v. Wade should be restored and built upon moving towards a future where there is reproductive freedom for all. The end. No one said the government's paying for it. No one said up till birth. It just said reproductive rights should be supported. Jesus fucking Christ.
Freedom, which is something presidents give out. I mean, Trump gave one to Devin Nunes, the former congressman.
Let's go back.
Commonly decided before Roe v. Wade, this question was largely regulated by the states. Now that Roe v. Wade has been reversed, it will be again largely regulated by the states. Kamala Harris is the one that proposes the radical national abortion law.
I also want to ask you something else that Trump had to say recently, is saying that the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is something presidents give out. I mean, Trump gave one to Devin Nunes, the former congressman, is the equivalent and much better than the Medal of Honor, which of course is practically, as you know, as a combat veteran, sacred. I mean, it is the nation's highest military honor. I mean, what do you make of that?
It's totally taken out of context.
It's not.
He took it out of context. Look, somebody gave him, a few $100 million, and he wanted to flatter her by saying that she's better than every veteran who's ever received the Medal of Honor. And that's out of context. Honestly, only suckers and losers would complain about the Medal of Honor, okay?
The point he was making is that he gives the Presidential Medal of Freedom, just like other presidents do, to civilians who have done important things for their nation, but who haven't sacrificed life and limb. And when you go to a Medal of Honor ceremony at the White House and you're presenting it to a soldier who's sacrificed his body, or to his parents, or to his children, or his spouse, that it is of a different order of magnitude. It's totally out of context.
Do you agree that the Presidential Medal of Freedom is much better?
No, John, you're totally taking that out of context.
He said much better.
Donald Trump was great for our military. He is great for our veterans. Kamala Harris is the one who's proposed, for instance, to cut the military every single year. Kamala Harris is the one who voted for military cuts when she was in the Senate. Donald Trump has utmost respect for our veterans and our troops, and you see that by his record in office.
And before you go, I want to ask you about something else Trump said. This is about the 2020 election. It's something I have.
So asking literally Trump quotes to someone who over the top supports Trump is this hostile interview that Trump's now considering backing out of the debate.
Never heard him say before.
This was a last week in office for me because of a horrible, horrible election where I got many millions more votes than I got the first time, but didn't quite make it, just a little bit short.
But short, is he now finally acknowledging the truth about the 2020 election?
Got many millions more votes than I got the first time, but didn't quite make it, just a little bit short. Horrible, horrible.
About the 2020 election is something I've heard him say before.
This was a last week in office for me because of a horrible, horrible election where I got many millions more votes than I got the first time, but didn't quite make it, just a little bit short.
But short, is he now finally acknowledging the truth about the 2020 election, that he lost?
Well, John, what he is saying there is that there are a lot of irregularities. He challenged them in court. Those court challenges didn't succeed. It's as simple as that. It's what he's saying about this election.
No, he is.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. Every other fucking time he talks about it. He's saying they fucking cheated him. They set it up. There was COVID going on, mail-in ballots, 2,000 mules, debunked fucking theories about distribution of numbers, and he's saying everything else.
He said before it was stolen, and he had many millions of more votes than Joe Biden. All stuff that isn't from you know.
Sure, I would love. So Legend says, I would love to be there. No need for abortion. I'd love there to be no gripe, no medical emergencies. I'd also love everyone to be able to access affordable, reliable birth control, men and women. We're not there yet. Therefore, abort. Yeah, like in my perfect world, everybody gets pregnant, whether planned or unplanned. It's like, okay, well, it's a big deal, but we're ready for it, and they're going to treat it responsibly and take care of the baby and do the right thing. But that just doesn't happen. So where do you want it in a trash can? Right? Do you want it in the trash can at the hospital? Do you want it flushed down a toilet? Do you want it in a dumpster? Because you're taking abortion away and then also telling them that it's some type of evil. People are like, we need God back in this world. I can't believe someone would drop a baby off of this. Well, then you've never lived that fucking life then.
We've been over this. I mean,
Well, look, obviously, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the president and vice president. They're in the White House. That's why people are suffering so badly. His court challenges did not succeed. That's the only point he's making.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you very much, Senator Cotton. I appreciate your time.
That's absolutely not the point he's making.
For coming on this.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Wild, guys. Wild. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. We will be here early. We got a big project this week before Labor Day, but Labor Day is our last big weekend. We're booked out. So we got a big project where we're doing some grade work on the gravel to try to prevent some flooding when it rains really hard in some of our campsites. So I'll probably be with that this week, but hopefully it won't be like the house because I'll be in here earlier than that. When I was working on the house, I wasn't here for fucking ever, like late. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. Please consider supporting the show at coldbeer.fund. If it's something you like, something you want to continue to see go, consider making a donation, contribution, whatever you want to call it. Coldbeer.fund, buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer. My PayPal link's there, whatever you got to do. That's how we pay the bills around here. And hopefully we increase the viewership. We should be increasing the viewership as the election gets closer. But we'll see. I need to do a better job marketing. I need to do more TikToks. I need to come on earlier. I need to do a better job titling. There's just a bunch of stuff that I need to do. But if you're on the fence about it, hell is cheaper than cable, and it keeps the show going. If it's somewhere you spend, 2, 3, 4 hours a day, consider making a contribution at coldbeer.fund to continue it. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. I'll see you back on the next one. Back to Patreon stuff this week. If you're a Patreon member, back to that. We got to get it going, and we'll see everybody else on the next one. Thank you guys for joining us. Love you. See you. Bye. Have a good night. We hungry. I have a couple ovarian eggs over easy.
About if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping Trump's cock and begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like Thor in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your Huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat.
Janet. Yeah, Janet won't meet up with me, legend. I've tried.
Myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between.
Have a good night, guys.
Called a baby and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it."